Shout out to Aladi. No doubt. Peace. Good evening. I'd like to welcome you back to another edition of the Foul Playland. As always, in years past, in 2022 and beyond, I am your foul player. Thanks again for you guys checking me out. Again, more than humbled. Lala D, thank you for coming in early birdie. No need to type if you can't. But thank you for coming in nevertheless. Damn, I just stepped on my cat. I hope you guys are having a wonderful beginning to year 2022. I know I am. I mean, somewhat, because nothing's really popped off like in a negative sense for me since the years started. Damn, yesterday was my brother's today's my brother's birthday too. I forgot to wish him happy birthday. But whatever. I mean, I hope you guys are having a wonderful 2020. I was supposed to roll out like to that Virginia area where a lot of this stupid traffic shit was popping off yesterday. I mean, and today. And luckily I didn't go because I would have been screwed, because like there's cats. I don't know if you guys heard, like the major highway here on the East Coast in the US is 95, and 95 south in Virginia is like OD, like messed up, like from Virginia to DC. And that's exactly why I had to head to, like, to Fredericksburg, like, to bring my little nephew back. So I told his mom's not gonna happen. But in more serious news, I mean, like, earlier today I was on CJ Goodfellas' channel giving my opinion on certain things like that he was discussing. I know CJ Goodfellas is had a lot of detractors, like as far as built-in dudes that don't mess with him. I've always messed with CJ Goodfellas, even in like at times when I was like cooler with like a lot of guys. I mean, when I was cool, I'm still cool with a lot of guys that may not think that they can mess with his content based on like where they stand or who their friends are online, which I don't get. or maybe they were trifled by things he said in the past. But I mean, I like the dude, um, because as far as like as a covering sports, I mean, he gives his perspective up the middle. Like, I mean, like, I at least in my eyes, you may not feel that way. I mean, like, but again, I mean, I could contend with the notion that there's a lot of people like online, and it's not just boxing, but there's a lot of people online that get in an echo chamber, meaning get into a group, or they only watch certain people that tell them like stuff that they want to hear. Like, they want to hear that Trump's a bad boy, and like, they'll listen to that all day. They want to hear that they shouldn't leave their house because the Omicron, and they'll hear that all day. Like, I mean, and that's what the news, I mean, you put the start of any news channel at 4, 5, 7, whatever the hell. I don't even know watch the news, but at the beginning is always something about the COVID, or like, whatever, like shit that you should be hyped up about. And like, I mean, the news in a sense plays into that too. I mean, if you're a COVID Karen, these past like couple, like 2 years or whatever the hell this thing's been around, and you want to hear shit that excites you or gets you scared of, like, oh, that's why I'm not leaving the house, or yeah, I feel good about getting these shit outs, like, and the news validates all that. There's people that like to hear shit like that. They like to hear like stuff that kind of like solidifies in their mind as to why they behave a certain way today. And there's cats like that online. There's cats like that in boxing YouTube. It is what it is, bro. And there's cats that take advantage of that too, bro. And I always use the pulpit pastor pimp as an example, because the pulpit pimp, to get to the position where he was at, he had to know a little bit of Bible, or he had to have known a little bit of scripture, whatever. I'm not gonna get into all like the scriptures, like, but. And again, I tell you guys that I'm not really like religious like that. I'm very spiritual though, and I believe in that there's a spiritual world in and around us. But I don't get caught up in that church shit. I'm never going to church, bro. Like, if you see me over here, like, and from one day to the next, I say like, fucking white Jesus spoke to me, and like, I'm now a convert. Like, then I'm like, it's either a clone file player, or B, I completely sold out. And at the very least, I'm gonna try not to sell out. But you throw $600 in my direction, and I'll say what you want me to say. Not true. But there's cats that live in an echo chamber online, and that's evident. It's more than evident. It can't be disputed at this stage, because and certain points, I mean, like, you always hear the same cats saying the same shit, and they never deviate off a certain argument or a certain fighter, like, and that's just with boxing. And again, at the end of the day, boxing, I mean, it matters, but I mean, like, we go into these long periods without fights anyway. So I mean, like, do you still live then? Yeah. Do I see that in the future more, like less and less fights? Yeah. So I mean, like, what are we gonna do? Jump off a bridge, like, because these guys ain't putting the output out, or like that these guys are like kind of like responsible in a large sense for the sport dying? No, we keep existing. But while I do keep existing, life is really short. I probably have a lot less life left than I do life that I've already lived. So while I'm here, like, fucking have a good time. Like, and I think, like, I'm not necessarily looking for a good time, but I think it's a really bad time for me personally to hold things in my chest, and like to not say how I feel, like, particularly like with really people that are at times carnivores online, like, people that are low level, like, or not low level, but just either a like regurgitate dumb shit constantly, like somebody like in the vein of IML Will and Mr. Shelton, SSI cats like that, Pentecostal, I'm not gonna say GD because I got my GD, but you know what I mean. But then there's cats that know what's up. That there's cats that are at the helm of a lot of these online boxing groups that be putting out just as much crazy shit or willfully dumb shit, or willfully ignorant shit, if you will, stuff that they know is looking right at them, but they like want to front like they don't see it. There's a lot of cats that be running with a lot of that shit online, and like a lot of those cats that are that put out shit for the echo chamber, like basically put out shit for like cats that they know are dumb. I find them culpable in a sense too, like and like what Goodfella did cover in his video, I mean, was directed at like one content creator, and I'm not gonna name names. Actually, I don't give a fuck. I don't watch Duke like that anyway. But he mentioned like the fact that Black Fight Fan used a like a thumbnail with Bud and two white broads. Now he ain't say nothing like within the title, like because I did like look up the thumbnail, so I don't go here like on this video with nothing to stand on. Not that I did some fucking great research, because this shit, what me watching the video, I mean, or me looking for the title of that video was probably like 2 minutes before you heard the song to the beginning of this video that I always play in the beginning of my video. So it wasn't much research done, and frankly, I don't do much research on this shit like that. It's not that important. But I did see what he was discussing as far as CJ Goodfellas. CJ Goodfellas' opinion was that Black Fight Fan put the thumbnail like in a sense like to maybe give the impression that Bud has like that white association, or like Bud has the like kind of like the shit that's been running around for a little while, like some cats like saying Bud's like in a condition as a slave, if you will. And honestly too, I sometimes like stop myself from what do you call it, like like a like stop myself from using slave and shit like that. But at the end of the day, I'm not, because I mean, I sort of stop myself because I'm not black, but it is what it is, bro. Like fucking cats out here using that shit, like fucking I just don't like explaining myself. Well, oh, well, it's cool. I'm Puerto Rican from New York. Like, nah, at the end of the day, bro, if I want to say it, bro, and you don't like it, eat shit. Like fucking no, it ain't my birthday, bro. Oh, happy birthday. My bad, bro. Hey, Michael Johnson. I'm back. Had to remind my brother my birthday. When's your birthday? Before it ended. Was it on New Year's? This dusty Ross Ninja. No Ross over here, my friend. I'm a good man. No, but I did see like the video in question, like, or the thumbnail in question. And I do have to say, like, is there any truth to it? I think so. I'm not saying that because of my recent opinions about certain cats here online. It is what it is, bro. Like fucking and like again, I don't even check for Duke's like videos like that, because frankly, like when I had these like little interactions with that fucking welfare recipient King Louis a couple years ago, I got blocked on pretty much like all those channels, like all the big ones. Like I got blocked on. It wasn't for like for saying anything on those channels. She motherfucking foul player. I could read into what the fuck he said. You gotta block him out. All these shits. Nah, it's some fucking cornballs that got online on Discord and were probably talking shit and fucking saying this Puerto Rican from New York is not to be trusted. And not because I'm Puerto Rican, like fucking. It's just because those guys are soft. Like every one of those cats, like IMO Will soft, King Louis soft, fucking crackhead. Who else? Hyphy soft, Mr. Shelton soft. They're not even soft. They're fucking. Those are dead crabs. Like fucking But so I was blocked on all those big ones before that, and fucking and on top of that too. I mean, I don't like to. This is why I made this a secondary point. As far as like I've had other cats, like not like the creators of these content creators. I've had other cats like within like the chats of these channels, like little shots at me, like, oh, that's what you Latin cats, like whatever, like fucking just because I gave an opinion. It wasn't even nothing like crazy like that. But it's that like a lot of these cats can't get out of that, like talking just that. They always revert back to some corny shit. And like at the end of the day, I mean, if you revert back to race, then yes, that is also corny shit. Because you don't do nothing like for the race anyway, my man. Like Fuck you do? Like come online and talk boxing? Like, ooh, like boxing ain't even popping like that, bro. Like fucking, you know, you would have talked racing like football or some shit. And even then, it's like I can only hear so much of that shit. Like you ain't picking no fucking major battle to contend like fucking for the advancement of brothers, like by fucking debating no fucking sports talk. And then you got cats like that are in the echo chamber, or cats that make content for the echo chambers, kind of alluding to the fact that certain boxers, black ones at that, are fucking excited to be around white women. Like, I'm not saying that he put that like, or let me take that back. I'm not saying that maybe he put that shit out with solely that intention, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of the crabs that he makes videos for are eating it up, and like probably in the back of their mind probably think, hey, like listen, this guy Bud does like being a slave. I'm putting it fucking bluntly. Give a fuck. But you know, and if I were to go on like any of these channels and be like, oh, this fucking Bud slave, I could even go like fucking, I could change my main name to El Foul Player, the Puerto Rican who kind of looks white, like fucking. And I bet you if I were to go on like a lot, actually I did this. I'll get back to that in a minute, but I did this in real time. I put this social experiment to to um to practice, and I'm gonna do it more in the future too. Like not with this channel though, but I actually did it with this channel, and I made a video about that too on Christmas. Because I was actually going with my fucking profile, L file player, like on other people's channel, and saying stupid shit like, "Oh, well, Bud better be happy to get 20%," like stupid shit like that. And you had mad dudes co-signing it. That shit would get like 9 likes and shit like that. Motherfuckers like co-signing it or commenting on it, like you know. But if I put like some other shit, straight tactical boxing type stuff, like fuck, which I don't like fucking. But if I were to do that, like I mean, nobody would give a shit. Like it would fall on the wayside. Like fucking, but you say some sensational shit like Bud is a slave, like fucking, and you're gonna have a lot of other cats like yeah. You motherfucker can't think for himself. Like, dumb shit, bro. That's how these echo chambers talk online. And honestly, bro, it's not even aiming at a particular group. But if at the end of the day, if like these echo chambers didn't exist, i.e., if all these groups didn't exist in boxing, we would be a lot better off for it, bro. These groups at the end of the day and currently are fucking at the forefront of stopping fights from happening between brothers, of finding out who the hyper brother is, the best brother amongst them all, the best brother amongst them all historically since the 1800s, since there was a sport and they let brothers into the motherfucker. The best brothers from the United States have always dominated this sport. So why can't we get to that conclusion? Why can't we find out who the best brother is? Like fucking, and get all the bullshit out of there, bro. All the bullshit excuses as to why we can't get that. Get them the fuck out of there. They're lame. I mean, and at the end of the day, I don't fucking use the excuses as to why Bud versus Errol hasn't gotten made. I don't use that shit in reference to another fight because I mean, like, we had a reference. We had Wilder versus Fury, same camps and everything. The shit got made 3 times. So stop it, bro. Stop fronting like these dudes are fucking trying to jockey for a bargaining position. And like, I mean, and even if they are, that's not commendable. That's whack. Because that just makes me wait longer. So something that I don't think we're gonna get, like Bud versus Errol Spence. So you're in the way. And like, as do I think that he used that thumbnail um to throw a bone at fucking morons that will repeat some stupid shit like Bud's a slave or something to that fashion? I mean, if I had to put percentages on it, I'll probably use 95% that he probably did do that shit. And you know what it is, bro? Like fucking I mean, I can't really, I don't know what to make of it. Shit happened today. You know what I'm saying? Like I just heard of it today. And it's not like I didn't even see the thumbnail like that. Like fucking besides like him putting it up like on his channel, like CJ, like before me jumping on there. My birthday was January 4th. Well, ain't that a bitch, bro? Like that's my brother's birthday, bro. Like, so happy birthday to you and my brother Carmelo. Like fucking I forgot what sign that is. I think it's Sagittarius. But my brother's a nut job, like fucking and thankfully you don't act like my brother from what I've seen online, Lala D. But happy birthday to you though, and to my brother too. I gotta give him a call. But these dudes online are fronting like that, and at the end of the day, bro, like I may sound like a pessimist, but if I get my goal, I feel that when we dead all these echo chambers and we dead dumb conversations in relation to why motherfuckers aren't fighting or why motherfuckers should accept crumbs for fighting or less for fighting. I think at the end of that, if we deaded all these fucking echo chambers, we would get fights a lot more. It's not like these echo chambers are bringing a bunch of fans into the sport. In fact, a lot of these echo chambers are, I mean, from what I've seen personally, straight up, like a lot of these echo chambers push people away from the sport. Like I think people find it like probably ridiculous when they find out that there's groups online that be getting down the way they do in 2022. And I honestly, and again, like this is my I may sound pessimistic when I come on here, like or like negative in a sense, if you will. But now, honestly, long term, I don't see myself, or I don't see the picture in boxing as negative. I do see a lot of these echo chambers falling on the wayside, and I do see people kind of like amping up the pressure on these fighters. If we just talk things down the middle, if we talk things in a truthful way, bro, that's all I'm asking for, bro. I ain't trying to shit on no dude, bro. Like, I mean, besides somebody shitting on me. And I mean, 2022 is a new year, baby. Like, I could, like, a lot of times I fronted on like the way I talk on YouTube because I ain't want to step on nobody's shoes or hurt nobody's feelings. But at the end of the day, bro, like fucking I mean, my biggest viewer is the man in the mirror, and I can't front on that dude. Like fucking you know what I'm saying? Like I am a will front all day. Like fucking Mr. Shelton is a fucking inbred. He don't leave his house. Like fucking like dudes like that. I mean, like fucking outright liars. Like fucking, they could lead decades in that sense. In that way, their wives probably think like, yo, my husband is a fucking lame of the highest degree. You know, they're comfortable like that, fronting. I mean, I'm allergic to that. I mean, and like, I'm not gonna say I've never fronted. Of course, everybody's front, or everybody has fronted. But guess we're if I'm leading you in any direction, it's from the experience of a guy who's fucking past his prime. I'm fucking losing my luster, getting white hair, like fucking disenfranchised. I can't play ball anymore. Like fucking So I could give you the clearest takes as far as I see him, like as to what this world is. And let me go through the comments real quick. Happy birthday, anytime. Clone or MK Ultra? Oh shit. My birthday was January 6th. I mean January 4th. I read that. I'm sorry. Alpha, you are crazy. No, I'm really not though, man. I like, and the thing is too, I'm trying to be a lot more candid. Like, because it's not like a big deal. Like at the end of the day, all these dudes could turn on me. All these dudes could talk shit about me or make videos every day about me. Who cares? But I've seen like good people like fucking get get like their reputations like fucking cut to bits, and I still talk to a lot of those dudes. And in a large sense, I know a lot of those dudes like that I do talk to that have been like fucking affected in a sense by fucking IML Will, like specifically most times, like who's at the head of almost every little fucking problem that bubbles over, like or that fucking comes to its peak with anything in relation to the LDBC or even shit that doesn't have shit to do with them. But cats that have been kind of like have their reputations tarnished or just been in some mess. I know some of them that I actually no, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not gonna say like fucking. I know some of them that have been affected by it, that kind of like let it roll off their shoulders. Like fucking, I think most dudes like I mean like are still sort of upset like that they were kind of got like their reputations put through a grinder. But and mine's probably did too. Like I'm not like fucking out here like trying to like join Discord with another name like to fucking go here with fucking Herbs like Hyphy or fucking I am a Will like fucking or Mr. Shelton like fucking breathing through his mouth. Actually, I don't even know how fucking Discord works, bro. Like, but and I'm not dissing like all Discords, but I'm talking about like the fucking LDVC Discord that was around a few years ago. Maybe it's still around now. Who knows? Like, I mean, if one of you cats that have been coming to my channel like to listen to me and like fucking watch me speak at night and go report to God knows who, maybe you guys could throw it up and let me know if there's a Discord. Not you guys that are commenting, but some of these silent listeners that I have, regardless of the hours that I push. I'm not like fucking giving myself credit. Like I'm not. I know you guys ain't coming here because you think I'm spitting out fire content. Like I know you guys are coming here to fuck. Oh, L5 player. He said that IML well can't play the keyboard and like fucking like. But so maybe one of you guys could let me know like fucking if Discord is still a thing or like that previous incarnation of Discord is still a thing. I know nobody would, but and that's another thing too, bro. Like if you're here like fucking listening to my shit, bro, I don't care if you think I'm a dog piece of shit and you write that like fucking within the comments. It's not like fucking because I'm trying to like gain comments, like fucking or gain comments for the sake of this channel's growth. But I don't care if you disagree with me. I don't care if you fucking oh Capricorn. Nice. Yeah, I know it was like a goat or a ram. Like fucking but you know, throw it up, man. Like fucking if somebody's like telling you or if you feel like you can't come here like for whatever reason, I mean, ask yourself, is that me? Or is that some asshole telling you like fucking yo, don't come here? Like, and who's the dick in that fucking picture? I don't think I am. I'm very reasonable. Anybody could come here. And again, I don't have a problem with the greater contingent. Honestly, I don't. Like, do I have a problem with dudes dishing out money, like fucking, or feeling like they're obligated to dish out money? Of course I do. But if you dish out money and like you could afford it, God bless. If you can't afford it, I mean, you're an idiot, but also God bless. But if you're pocketing that bread, fuck you. Like, you know, what am I like fucking I mean, it's not like you're the biggest demon in the world, but whoever that is taking advantage, period, bro. Like fucking you can't paint it any other way. I mean, and if you want to tell me otherwise, or if you want to explain it like I am a Will fucking whack ass explanation on his own video gave, like I am a Will gave the most simp explanation of all. Like fucking well, these dudes give me a lot back, and that's why I contribute. These are my brothers. Like fucking no, you're a simp. You're a big time simp. You could contribute your house, like fucking, and you're still a simp. Actually, no, it's kind of like countering my own point. But you guys get the picture. And again, it's not that type of party, bro. Like fucking but and I explained this to somebody else that was kind of like telling me to pump the brakes. Like, you know, it's one, I really haven't like fucking accelerated the gas really hard. Like, but two, I mean, when you have a clown like I am Ill Will, like taking like little pop shots at me here and there, or running with a lie for years and years about me on a personal level, then take them little pop shots, fucking and enjoy them. I mean, it's not. I mean, and me and my little 140 subs, like fucking shouldn't have an effect. Like fucking. So what do you care? You know what I'm saying? Like fucking that I'm putting shit out like for the public circle, and that's another thing too, because and I want to set this as a challenge, like fucking maybe I could put like a reward out for it, but I want like that fucking moron I am Will to show any sort of proof that I was calling him like and copying a plea, because I actually do have like I actually just looked at my phone and I found the old app that we used to use before StreamYard, and it was called Google. Fuck, I had it on my phone. It's called Google I think Hangouts. I can't find that shit now. I think it is called Google Hangout. But I mean, I don't have like back and forth dialogue with him, but I do have like me reaching out to him many times, and he was getting the calls because it says like on the top of it, like like whether you could that person like chose to accept the calls or like they didn't. And like I have proof of like some people that didn't accept my phone calls. Um, but I mean, he was getting my phone calls and just wasn't picking up because he's a bitch. But he says that I according to him like begged him to try to get like King Louis off me, but and that I mean I think he alluded to the fact that he may have had proof too. But I do want to offer him a challenge, like fucking anybody else too, like that caught me fronting, like fucking behind the scenes and begging for my life, like fucking But as far as rewards go, should I give like silver or crypto? Yeah. Well, I don't have to dish out a reward anyway because it fucking didn't happen. But fucking I'll put a cash reward out, like fucking let me check the wallet. Like fucking whatever's in my wallet, like fucking you could have like actually I'm not, that's corny. But I'll put up a G. If you could put and this to you, Willie, because I know you don't make a G in a week. But if you could throw up evidence of me fucking reaching out and like fucking begging you like I did, or like fucking because I want you to say, oh well, you know, he told me via phone conversation, so I could really have fucking fun with you. But show any proof, like fucking that I was reaching out to you and like we had these long drawn out conversations. Because I'm gonna do a little of my own homework and I'm gonna try to correlate dates because I have it like on you. I know on YouTube if my homeboy still got the video up, like where I told you I'm gonna call you right after this, and I actually have proof of me calling you right after this to see what was up with you, and you didn't pick up. I mean, I have proof of that. Like fucking. I also have proof of me reaching out to you, somebody who was your hero a couple of years ago, King Louis, and him dodging it too, and me insulting him and fucking and he was seeing those messages. Like, so I don't know who told you that I fucking was running from anybody. Like, let me see. You know, fucking but throw it up, man. Like fucking me with my limited tech sensibilities, I'll show up any proof that I have. Like fucking, not that it's a big deal. But at the end of the day, I mean, like my whole thing is like, if you're gonna keep running with that, I'm gonna continue popping my shots, and I'm not gonna back off like fucking unless homeboy does a retraction. Homeboy says the truth, and it's not like him fucking lying about me is like bringing my fucking my YouTube existence down or my fucking everyday existence down. But it's a pride thing in a sense, but it would be like I don't know, probably like one of these tight jean rapper dudes like trying to steal like a Amazon package from my house. If it was just some regular looking cat, like I mean, like yeah, I'm gonna go out there and like fucking grab him up. But if it were like a tight jean like fucking auto tune rapper of today's era that did it, it fucking like doubly like fucking incensed me. And no, I don't think I Am Ill Will is a tight jean rapper, but I think I Am Ill Will is a Pentecostal pussy. So I mean, like him using my name like as if I'm some sort of wreck. That's what pisses me off. And it's not that honestly, I take that back. It doesn't piss me off, but I just see things for what they are. But if I get bored and I want to come on here like tonight and fucking pop my little shots, fuck it, eat it. Let me see. I'm a nut job too. Nah, my brother is a fucking nut job, bro. Mad annoying too. I love him to death, but my brother is an ill nut job, and he still is, and he's older than me. I like those guys, but I understand your position. You have a right to defend yourself online. Oh, thank you. I think anybody has a right to defend themselves online, and I've seen a lot of dudes get run off, you know, of online, and you know, and thinking back on it too. I was I never used Discord. I did. I was one of the first cats on that Discord thing. I didn't even know how it worked. And I like because I remember like on a lot of the channels they were like saying, you know, joined the Discord, like on whatever channel you went to, like Black Fight Fan, whatever, or World Breaker back then, or whoever, like they were like announcing like the Discord thing. And I remember I like joined it like I do, like I have Twitter. I don't be fucking with Twitter like that, like here and there, like, or like Instagram more. Like I have Instagram. I fucking probably have like one picture on there. Like it was probably like a meme. And it was the same thing with that corny ass Discord thing. Like I don't, I ain't have enough time to be fucking joining some other shit like that, like, and like investing OD time in it. But I remember I joined it, and like a month later out of boredom, I like just happened to check it, not knowing how the shit worked, and like my name was like fucking altered on it. It said, instead of L5 player, it said L Fence Rider player. And it was probably one of these cornballs. Probably was fucking little girl Willie, like that did that shit himself. Who knows? I don't suspect it was him because who knows? I believe it was between him and that other fucking cornball Hyphy. But who the fuck knows? But and looking back on that era too, and I had this conversation with somebody else, like fucking during that time, like when these dudes were like really dragging dudes through the mud. There were some guys that they threw up in bullshit just for the sake of doing it. Like when it was like King Louis and IML Will and Hyphy, those cats threw Kurt Sugar under the bus. Those cats threw at one point 503 Line under the bus. Those cats threw at one point at Risha under the bus. Those cats threw World Breaker under the bus. Those cats threw Fanana under the bus. And who else? Cali Enigma at one point they threw under the bus. And you may not like fuck with those cats like currently or like not. I'm most of the cats I mentioned, I know a lot of cats that still fuck with them. I fuck with a lot of those cats. Like fucking, I don't talk to them every day. Or I don't talk to them even like once a year. Like anybody I mentioned to besides like World Breaker. But at the end of the day, those are fucking grown ass men, bro. Like fucking, they're older than me and I'm old. So I mean, like, or they may care more than I do. Like fucking, that their name is being put into some bullshit, like fucking, and it's always the same cat. It's always the same cat. It's always IML Will. Been that way. In fact, I like just to get I'm gonna look for that fucking app like while I'm fucking around like now. Oh, boom. Just found it. But I just wanted to get a sense of when this shit was like happening. But yeah, you see, like 2019. And actually, look, I'm pulling it up like for you live in the flesh, bro. Like fucking no trickery. Look. I mean, like, damn, you can't see it though. Can you see it? That's just basically like fucking me calling him like fucking but it says IML Will on the damn, I wish this shit came up clear. What the fuck? But these are from like 11/23, 2019, 7/26, 2019. Oh, matter of fact, the day that like I'm gonna put it out there like in real life, like this 7/26 date that I called him, because I called him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row to see what's up. That was the date. Like I remember I was coming back from Delaware or some shit. I just made a video like talking shit about King Louis. So I see that since at that point, this is the first time I ever talked about King Louis. So this is like a little while back. But at that point, I knew IML Will was all up King Louis' ass, like fucking up. So I was driving back from fucking Bethany Beach, which is in Delaware, to where I live now in Jersey. Probably like 4 hours. And while I was like driving back, my man's Lowe's Dog in the P, he had a live video going. Subscribe to him too. And I saw that IML Will happen to jump on like to give his non-boxing dumbass fucking Pentecostal points, because he has nothing to say like regarding the sport or anything that requires thoughts or sound thoughts, if you will. So I was like fucking and this was I was already in Jersey, like, so I knew I wasn't that far from the cribs. So I immediately as soon as I got to the cribs, I jumped online like and I took the link from Lowe's Dawkins channel and jumped on like just to get on the panel. And I wasn't dissing homeboy like that, because I'm not gonna do my man's like that. Lowe's Dawkins, mad cool dude, like fucking I'm not gonna jump on his shit and like start like beefing with somebody. But at the end of that fucking live stream, which if you guys go back, it's on 7/26, and I'm not even looking at fucking YouTube. I'm looking at the time that I called like fucking I am a Will 5 times in a row, and his bitch ass didn't pick up. That was on 7/26, which is July 26th of 2019. Go back and look at that video, and I tell him at the end of that video, bro, I'm gonna call you on fucking Hangouts because I need to talk to you, like fucking. And he's like, yeah, like fucking. I called immediately after I hung up, like fucking I called him 5 times in a row. He ain't pick up. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who I knew at that time, like was running around with somebody at the very least, because I don't remember what was happening then, like that clearly, but I knew at that time he was running around with fucking King Louis, who was taking little shots at me. And I also knew at that time that I Am Will was no like fucking innocent party and all that, because he's an instigator. I knew that. So that's why I was trying to see what's up. He ain't pick up, bro. He was fronting, just like he's doing now. So I mean, like, anybody want to come ask me in a sly way or a subtle way, like as to why I shouldn't be stepping on the gas in these situations? I mean, respectfully, I think people should fuck off. But honestly, I've been having a lot of people contact me behind the scenes, and they appreciate the fact that I'm speaking the way I'm speaking, because I know a lot of you guys don't agree with that bullshit either, bro. We're all adults. Like fucking nobody wants to be like the wreck or the fucking target of like hundreds of dudes online, like fucking dudes questioning like your blackness and shit like that, like they do Bud Crawford today. You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't put it past these dudes, bro. Like these dudes are fucking low level, low flying, like fucking looking for the easiest targets and looking for money now too. These dudes are tripping. And at the end of the day, bro, if one dude stops contributing money, or if one dude like starts questioning a lot of these things that are happening um in YouTube boxing, they might question some other shit that I agree with, like in real life. They might think like, yo, I invested 4 years into this corny shit, and these dudes are fucking lying regularly. Like maybe other people are lying out in the real world. Maybe my bullshit meter should be on, like fucking especially in times like this. Come on, this is like the era of bullshit, and like for y'all to be in an echo chamber and fucking acting like everything within that echo chamber is true or is 100% like fucking B1 black first. Nah, bro, it ain't that kind of party, bro. At the end, like the only thing that these echo chambers have that has anything like as far as building for the brothers is just bitching, bro. Like fucking bitching. That's it. Bitching about the like fucking condition. And I'm not saying like like certain people complain. Nah. At the end of the day, like fucking it's just a bunch of bitching. Like fucking it's changing the goalposts when they want to. Oh, everything's about like being black first, but then when it comes to Bud, you're over here putting them like with two blonde bitches like fucking as the thumbnail picture, and then they put like him front and center with two blonde bitches, and then fucking Ugas with his cross-eyed, and fucking Errol Spence with his fucking doofy ass face, like fucking like to the sides of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I do like and I think most people be like, oh, there you go, Bud again, like fucking being a fucking COON, like you're playing into that crowd, like fucking So I mean, I'm just gonna call bullshit when I see instances like that too, just like CJ did. Like fucking and if you got an issue, fucking that's your problem. And that shit is offensive, bro. Like fucking, because like I think honestly, as a people in general, we're right at the threshold of like going into some next level like fucking reality. Like, and I see that in a good way. It might not happen tomorrow, or I think if we get over like thinking in the same bullshit fashion that we think in now, maybe 20 years down the line, like we'll have a nice foundation to go into the era of no bullshit, and that may last for thousands of years. That may put us as a people as the top dogs, which we're not right now. Regardless of what these cats tell you on right now, we're bottom of the barrel, like fellow so-called minority. If you're listening to me now, fellow POCs, like fucking hate these terms, like minorities and person of color, like fucking but it is what it is. Like we might be at the helm of getting over the bullshit like fucking that we've endured for at least hundreds of years. But are we gonna get over that bullshit by fucking dudes fronting online like fucking and that being the vision of like fucking blackness in 2022 or fucking what's black and what's not or who's a fucking Sambo or who's not? Hell's no, bro. I mean, if we're getting like ready to like start like exposing dudes for being like bucks or fucking sellouts, like I mean, like then we got to get like the proper dudes to be shouting these dudes out, bro. We don't want a Jesse Jackson type dude or Al Sharpton type dude telling us in 2022 like fucking who gets their black card and who doesn't. And again, I'm fucking 100% Puerto Rican, bro. Like at that, it my yeah, sure. My brother, like whose birthday it was, Carmelo. I mean, is blacker than the fucking blackest YouTuber probably. My grandfather and Mino Sierra. Um, I mean, I wonder if they have pictures of him online. But he had a school named after him. But he's black as fuck too. But I'm fucking 100% like Puerto Rican from New York. And I don't look shit like a fucking black dude. But if I'm lying, like fucking throw it up. Let me know I'm lying. Or if I'm not saying anything that's not true, then fucking feel a way about it. Or let me know. But I'm not lying. And I could be here again with fucking white sheets on and a pointy hat. If I'm telling you the truth, like fucking it is what it is, bro. Eat it, bro. Not everything is gonna be told to you by fucking somebody who you think is gonna be the messenger of some of these things. I'm not a fucking messenger, but or whoever puts you on to games sometimes like doesn't look the way you expect. And I know a lot of pussies like fucking as far as running on in the streets that had tattoos on their face like fucking that ran from fights or that fucking dipped out fucking certain gang color all the time, all it's like and fucking we're getting robbed in the bullpens in fucking or in Brooklyn House. You know, dudes that caved in like fucking when there were only two people to fight rather than one. You know, fucking nothing of you showing like that I'm down for a certain thing, like fucking because I wear certain shit impresses me, not one bit, including like fucking the agenda of so-called people of color or so-called minorities. Like just because you go in there like waving a Puerto Rican flag doesn't mean that I'm fucking rocking with you off the rip. Same shit with whatever fucking nationality you are or whatever fucking race, whatever you claim, like fucking just because these dudes I mean put it like this, bro. Like what fucking what celebrity of whatever fucking ethnicity I'm not even what black celebrity you think is like fucking doing something remarkable as far as the advancement of fucking people besides like playing ball or some shit. What politician has been there at the helm of the advancement of our people? Zero. There are none. There haven't been none. None are coming down the pipe. So in a large degree, fucking we're on our own. And like when you start to realize that you're on your own in this situation, one, that's not a bad thing. And two, like I mean, do you have time for bullshit this late in the game? Fuck no. And things are dire in my eyes, like fucking because shit's switching up all around us. Like I said yesterday, like fucking there's certain cats that fucking have to make a decision, like do something I don't want to do, like in 2021, 2022, or keep my job. And that are probably unemployed right now because they made that decision or had to make a decision that they didn't agree with, but fucking wanted to retain their job. That's fucking whack. And it's our people that probably had to make those fateful decisions more than anybody. You think they're cutting like fucking Billy Lily White like fucking from accounting or you? You know what I'm saying? Like, because like you think they're gonna make an exception for you not getting your fourth fucking endorsement shot, or fucking or you think they're gonna like fucking make an exception for some other cat? You know, these are the things that we're living through right now. And I said yesterday, like, about those cats that got arrested in Brooklyn, like for trying to eat at or arrested a couple days ago for trying to eat at Burger King in East New York. That's real shit. Fucking real shit. Like, they ain't putting that shit on the news. Like, they're telling you on the news to go rush out and fucking get test, or fucking you know, depend on AOC and a bunch of other fucking sellout politicians for your political stances, and fucking this guy's bad, this guy's good, this guy's good, this guy's bad. It's always this way. Like, you know, that's bullshit, bro. You know, we're at the helm of thinking completely different than like how we've thought in the past. I feel, and I feel that there's certain things that are currently stopping us from getting to that next point. Like fucking and if it's something that you don't think I should speak on, like fucking then I mean give me your perspective, because I would like to hear it as to whatever the fuck. Who cares? There's an open format, like fucking I would like to put the fucking oh shit. It's funny too, because um while I was on that fucking stream this afternoon on CJ Goodfellas channel, somebody came through, and then it was like some British cat. He was like laying in the bed, and then like two other cats like jumped on off the rip, and they were like, yo, like, watch out for this dude, that he does the same shit on other people's channels, and out of nowhere he'll like show fucking he'll show himself like in underwear or some shit, or like naked, and that he tries to get channels torched like that. But a couple years ago, I had seen that same guy, and he did that on Lowe's Dawkins channel. This is like years ago too, like 2 years ago probably. But that just shows the low lives that are here online. And I mean, he's probably an extreme case, but fucking you know, the cats that live within the echo chamber are one step away from that. You know, from being extreme, like nah, they're already extreme. You know, these cats in the echo chamber, like, you know, they try to classify everybody and their mom as like weird, but the fact that they're on like fucking YouTube 24/7, fucking dick riding, or fucking saying fucking retarded comments like Mr. Shelton, that's totally fucking above board and cool. That's where you wanted to be in your 40s, like fucking commenting on a internet fucking platform constantly in concert with a bunch of other dick riders, like fucking. So make that make sense to me. But with that, I'm out. I fucking had my brewski. I didn't even touch it. Fucking. Let me see if I can kill it one shot. I can't. But fucking. Let me see how much I can take down. This is not a brewski too. It's a fucking White Claw. Not much. But with that, fucking, if you guys could watch Station 11 show on HBO. Very good show. It hasn't finished yet. Like fucking so they may do some corny shit down in the next 3 episodes, and it'll kill the show for me. Like they did with the show Lovecraft Country. It just is what it is with these shows. Like, these shows got a little bit way too woke, way too fucking gotta make a gay character, gotta make it fucking, like, you know. So I mean, like, it doesn't stop me from watching like shows at times, even though I don't watch many as is. But damn, they did a number on Lovecraft Country, bro. My man Omar, bro, they always made this dude play these sus ass roles on all these shows, bro. Rest in peace, whatever the fuck his name was, Michael some shit. But damn, my man, you always took some fucked up roles, bro. Lovecraft Country, he played himself, and that was probably his worst role. not acting wise, the shit that they were submitting that man to, like, goddamn. Omar, I mean, like, fucking one of the most gangster characters in the history of television. But Omar liked him fucking some dudes, bro. And the thing is, too, when they made that Omar character, shit wasn't popping off like that in the hood, bro. Come on, bro. I mean, you may have had like one or two sassy dudes in the hood like that, bro, but they ain't want no fucking killers like that, bro. Like, give me a break. Um, but I mean, I don't want to say rest in peace after I go on a tirade like that. But they always doing that to these brothers on fucking TV, bro. Like, yo, every cat you see on TV that's a brother, bro. It's either for some fucking AIDS commercial or some shit, or some fucking medication commercial, like where they have like a white wife. The AIDS commercial with the spicy dudes, with the spicy brothers, and like they always show these AIDS commercials, like fucking where they're like fucking hesitant to like get into a relationship, and at the end of the commercial, like they'll have them like fucking playing it close, like with another dude, like face to face, like um, or they have them in these movies, fucking getting killed early birdie, fucking doing shit like Omar was doing in The Wire. Like, this shit's whack, bro. Like, fucking, and this shit is getting worse now. Like, and I remember a certain politician saying how one of the things that he wasn't even saying he was happy about it. And this was recently too, and this was a very important politician. Without names, because I don't want to get in trouble, but that politician was basically saying like to a group of so-called black leaders, like fucking every commercial I see now has like, you know, black families or what, like, you know, fucking but he was basically saying like, you know, this is like the bone we're throwing in your direction, like fucking, and you guys should be more than happy with it. But if he's referencing, which he was, like referencing these commercials and movies from nowadays, goddamn, I'm fucking burning up, bro. What the fuck? But if he's referencing like commercials and movies from nowadays, shit, we're really fucked if that's what we're accepting in years to come. And seemingly it is like we're fucking accepting this stuff. You know, and I mean I've been hard on that community in the past, like fucking and I actually talked to somebody today, and like we kind of like both inferred that the F word, if you will, is kind of like a no-go, which I'm not gonna try to use that like fucking, but um it is what it is, bro. Like fucking yo, like Hollywood, as far as brothers go, that shit is fucking every one of them has played a sus role. Even Duke that died from fucking Black Panther, bro. Like fucking one, I mean, he died in a very suspicious sense, bro, because that dude was fucking hardy looking, like fucking up until like a couple months before he died. But they're gonna have, and I knew that something suspect was gonna happen with this cat. I don't know his name. Like when they gave him the role of Jackie Robinson and then gave him the role of Black Panther, I was like, oh, that's two back to back like roles where he's like kind of like showing the brothers respectably. I'm like thinking like maybe there's a fucking Color Purple role like this cat played in the past, or some fucking Fame 2022 like where he's like a dance instructor or some shit. And I didn't find it. And then all of a sudden, like the dude like fucking um dies like out of nowhere. I mean, but then again, my mind works in a very conspiratorial fashion. I don't even know if that's a word. Let me see. Elfile, recommend a good sci-fi movie, please. That's the thing, Lala D. Honestly, I don't watch a lot of like movies like that. I watch more like shows, and even then, like I just started like watching more shit now because of my, you know, I can't really leave the cribs that much. But sci-fi movie, I mean, historical or recent. I mean, I always fucked with like kind of like the old Star Wars. That's a corny one though to mention. Let me think on it. But as far as sci-fi shows, in spite of all that bad shit that I just said about Lovecraft Country, I think it's still a decent show to watch. Like the first 4 episodes, like were cracking, and I liked everything they were saying. Like they were giving us some jewels within it. But I mean, literally, they spent one whole episode basically fucking breaking down any manhood that whoever the fuck played Omar in The Wire, whatever like little bit of manhood he had left within him, bro. Kiss it goodbye in fucking Lovecraft Country. In spite of the fact that I thought it was a fantastic show. Oh, and they also kind of made him play himself in the show Boardwalk Empire because he was married to a sister in that show. She was light skinned too, but then he dipped on her and got with like another lighter skinned chick. Like he left his wife basically to go run around with this other broad. Um, he went from light skin to more light skin basically, but went from like being like with a family man like type deal to like fucking chasing this other broad around. But that wasn't like OD bad. But then they took it there in Lovecraft Country. Yep, they have to sell some part of themselves. Yeah, definitely. Chadwick. He been warning that he was gonna die. I didn't even know that. Like, yeah, that's his name. Chadwick something. Um, but I knew that shit. Like, I had a list too, believe it or not, of like, and it was a bootleg ass list. Again, like I don't know shit about technology, but I actually had I had it written, um, and I used to keep it in my jacket and like try to remember like the roles that I saw like people like that they would make like brothers or like black females like play on TV and whatnot. Like and times that I thought they played themselves, but they like pretty much every actor um that like all the black actors basically. And I'm not saying that this is like done because like fucking black dudes are like volunteering for these roles. Like I gotta get fucking fucked in this movie, and I'll walk off if I don't get fucked by another dude in this movie. Like no, I think that they fucking make them do that shit, bro, and I think they do that shit reluctantly. Um, but every actor you could think of, bro, I could tell you a role that they probably play themselves. And this is me with my memory shot too, including Denzel too. One day I had to tell you about my personal friend. She's worth millions, and I keep my distance for obvious reasons. Let's just say these. Oh no, definitely, bro. I would have put that one on the comments, but I know like I mean I don't know like crazy firsthand stuff, but I did say a story about a dude that I know. All right, I don't have proof of the dude that I know, and like me and this dude, like we grew up together, but like I always thought that he was um kind of like throwing salt in my game, like when we were young. But he was kind of like a lot younger than me, so I didn't, it didn't really like matter to me like that. But that dude is a pseudo celebrity, and I could tell you like that I have big time suspicions, like, and kind of proof that that um that he did some I'll put it out right, he did some gay shit like to get like a deal. Like, and the proof, and like I didn't just come up with that conclusion because he came into like quasi celebrity status. No, I came to that conclusion because of shit I saw on Facebook actually, like on his profile and all this shit. But does that shit exist? Hell's yeah, bro. Yo, these dudes, and the thing is too that these like a lot, like let's say like with rappers, but I think they do make these dudes do all kinds of like foul shit, bro. Like fucking I think that they be murking their own family in front of them sometimes. Like I think it's like that, bro. And I think they tell them like, yo, listen, like you could either like get paid like tons like in the future and have a dope career, or B, we just fucking kill somebody like in front of you type shit, and like fucking if you want some other people to go, including yourself, um, then start bucking on us. Like this shit is like, I also think that they be fucking catching these dudes at party and make them do parties and make them do all kind of foul shit. You think Puffy's like fucking sassy, fucking sassy ass, and all the rumors that have been flooding it, like that have been thrown in his direction, especially here in New York. Like, you think that that shit's not legit? I think it's legit, and it's way worse than what we think it is. Way worse. Um, and he's not the only one, bro. I think Jay-Z like does the same shit. Has probably been through all kinds of like fucking gay ass like fucking situations, if you will, like fucking but you know, with that whole shit, like anything that like as far as our entertainment, like you know, we like like people like of color or like minorities, like we rationalize everything for money. You know, oh well, you know, he's getting paid. Like, nah, bro, like fucking or like it's always a competition, like with rappers and shit, of who has the most. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you come from the gutter, that should be the celebration. Like, not how much you have now. Like, getting able to fucking get out of your condition is the celebration, not like shitting on the next dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that next dude, he ain't no fucking Billy Lily White dude from the suburbs. There's always like some other brother that dudes are shitting on, like these rappers. When these rappers envision like, you know, fucking crushing it or flossing on somebody, best believe that they don't believe in flossing or that they ain't getting all their shit to floss on for no fucking suburb white boys. They're trying to floss on like other brothers. And like, you know, they'll like say some stupid shit like, well, I want to show that it's like fucking that if you work hard, you got an opportunity to make it. Like, no, you're coming back to crush on some cats that fucking don't have money for a haircut. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking and I used to do corny shit like that too, bro. Trust and believe, like fucking like that I would do cornball shit, like trying to floss, like fucking and I always look at these things and honestly, I was doing this shit recently, like fucking when I say recent, like in the past 5 years. Um and I you know, I really had to take a step back, like, cause who am I doing it? Like, who am I trying to floss for? You know what I'm saying? But like with these cats and these industries, like everything's about like fucking one up in the next cat, like fucking I think if in certain of these cats' minds, like these entertainers, if they say like, you know, you'll get this big part or you'll get this big bonus, like fucking or advance check, like fucking or a deal, if you play yourself, I'm talking about established cats that they'll fucking run to do that shit because that's the kind of fake bullshit we're living in. And all these things, like, you know, as far as like the things you're commenting on, like, no, I'm not saying any names. Like, don't. They all do it. If they're super wealthy. Yeah, I think so. And I like the thing is too, like I've read on these things, like, or I've tried to learn about these things, like somewhat, like pretty much since the '90s. Before there was a fucking conscious community, like fucking I was more than hip to like anything, like all these dudes like in the conscious community. Like before there was a conscious community, I was buying books from State Street in downtown Brooklyn or in the Triangle, going towards like what's the Barclays Center now, or at Black National Theater on 125th in Harlem that they fucking just tore down to make God knows what. But and that whole conscious shit that you see online on 125th, them dudes wouldn't even stand there back in the day. Or some of them did, but a lot of them would be closer to Black National Theater Road and 125th. But I think Black National Theater Road is actually 5th or 6th Avenue in Harlem. But I would always go to spots like that. And you're talking like mid 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking and those cats were talking about that kind of shit back then. Like with LL Cool J or with fucking with Puffy, with Big. And speaking of Big, like, you know, a lot of dudes that rate Big as the best MC of all time. I don't think he's the best MC of all time. I don't even think he was the best in his era. But Big said a lot of suspect ass shit in his raps. And Big rolled with a dude that was an out and out Omar from The Wire type dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I think his name was like Man. Um, yeah, I think the dude's name was Man, but or I may be mixing it up because I knew a blood cat from 125th name um Man too, but it might be Man. Like if you look up like Biggie's homeboy, like Man, maybe it'll come up, and look up the fact that he was shooting loose jumpers, if you will. Really? Lala? Yeah, yeah. No, oh my god, I love Biggie. Yeah, and like I was never like I wasn't sold on Biggie because I mean I didn't detract from Biggie at any point because he was never like my favorite dude like that. Even though he was like from Brooklyn and all that shit. But he was like when Biggie was like so when Biggie was hot, like all right, when Biggie and Pac were like hotter, like after they died, like around that era, like 97, 98, like to 2000, like when there was a debate, like with who I like better between Biggie and Pac, I always liked Pac better. Pac lyrically couldn't fuck with Biggie, but Pac lyrically, if you listen to Pac shit now, like, I mean, even back then, people were saying that he wasn't like a lyrical dude like them. But if you play Pac today versus like the shit you hear on the radio today, I mean, Pac could run with anybody out right now. Pac could run with J. Cole. Pac could run with fucking K. Dot or Kendrick Lamar. Like fucking you know, he's right there with them. Biggie was a lot more of a lyricist, but it was just never like my thing like that. Like was he talented? He's mad talented though. But I think I was more throwing shade in Biggie's direction when they referenced him as the best of all time. Like, t- um, but he's just not my dude though, like that. Or he wasn't my dude like that, in spite of the fact that he was from Brooklyn. But then again, like who knows? Maybe I was a hater too because I never liked Jay-Z that much either. Like I liked Reasonable Doubt and Blueprint, the first one, but I always thought Jay-Z was mad funny style. And I know for a fact everything I said about like Jay-Z or like the music industry, like how they get down, I know a lot of that shit applies to Jay-Z 100%. Um because Jay-Z before he blew up, and you could actually see this in his music video, it's a music video. It was like one of the first ones, if not second music videos he ever put out. I think either Hawaiian Sophie was his first video with Jazzo, or vice versa. The Originators was his first video with Jazzo too. But if you look at that video, there's a bunch of like black religious shit that's all up in that video. And that area where Jay-Z's from, like Marcy, border Bushwick, Bed-Stuy area, that was like the hub for a lot of like black religious groups that are very popular today. Especially one. I'm not gonna name it because if I show affinity for that group rather than another one, like I don't want shit to get mixed up because the person that started that group ultimately went to jail for some foul shit, and that's a whole nother video I can make on that. But Jay Z was pumping religious shit like in that video, and in the lyrics of that song too. He's like talking about the Amorites and all this shit, and then like for him to go into like what he's in now, even if he's not outright claiming that shit, like, oh, I'm a devil worshiper, some shit. Like, I don't think they're devil worshippers, like a lot of these cats. I just think that they're involved with real foul shit. Like the music industry and all entertainment industries are fouler than the foulest that you've ever seen. The sport industry is just like that too, because a lot of funny style stuff happens in the sport industry. Um, Take for example, I mean, like Mike Tyson's daughter. Like, well, what happened to her recently? And Mike Tyson before that was kind of in the cut. Let's be honest. Like he wasn't like out in the public eye like he is now, or like he was after that point, like since his daughter died. And then like the way his daughter died, like kind of like an exercise machine accident. Like, I don't know. I find that very hard to believe. And if that were to happen, like, I mean, like, I only have one son, but shit, I mean, I wouldn't be the same for the rest of my fucking life. Like, if my kid died via an accident like that. I actually had a cousin that died via accident, like through electrocution, believe it or not. And I was a kid when that happened. And my aunt was never the same. She couldn't even fucking she don't even have pictures of my nephew. Not that I mean I've scoured through her shit, but she ain't keep none of it. Like that shit fucking broke her heart. Like my aunt wasn't the same, like fucking like she couldn't even talk for years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking, but you know, this cat like was kind of like waning in popularity, then all of a sudden that shit happens, and all of a sudden, like fucking boom, boom, boom. You're in movies, you're in every fucking podcast or shit. You get your own podcast, like, and I'm not shitting on Tyson, like fucking well, I'm not saying he's a funky dude in that sense, but maybe he was presented with that opportunity too. Like, you know, fucking, we're gonna do this to you. You could either A, like fucking eat it and join us, or B, like fucking eat it and we'll throw you in jail or fucking murk you right here. You know, it be this way. But it won't be this way forever. Like the music industry, I mean, like just like every other industry or every other thing that keeps us in a line of bullshit, like fucking I think all these things are gonna disappear soon. I mean, we may not be enjoying the fruits of these things or this bullshit being taken down that's all around us. We may not enjoy this like here watching this video, but hopefully our kids and our grandkids could enjoy a future of no bullshit moving forward. Um, and if you want to take a quick, easy route and you happen to partake in YouTube boxing, one fast route to dead bullshit instantly is to not listen to cornballs like fucking I am ill will. But with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Fucking I'm burning up in this fucking I don't know. I think my wife fucked around with the heat while I was doing this shit. But I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. For those of you who commented, Lala D, Michael Johnson, I salute ye. But if you watch this after the fact, and let me know what you guys think. What say you? And with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. With that, I'm out. Peace.